All right, how's it going, guys? Stas here. Got my good old double espresso. Cheers, by the way. I appreciate you all for tuning in, as always, as we have to go over SOFI, the entire market as well, and overall stocks I'm looking at right now. But first, guys, 50% of you watch the content, believe it or not, but don't subscribe here on the YouTube channel, which that's not acceptable. So if you're watching this content and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the like button while you're at it and check out the Patreon for my portfolio updates and my private Discord, which I actually just posted a portfolio update earlier today. Check out the link down below, pinned in the comments as well, or go to stassurfs.com/Patreon. And now, of course, cheers again. Let's get into it. So the market is green right now. We're seeing every index as I'm making this video up pretty much over 0.5%. The S&P is up around 0.5%. The Qs are up about 0.6. The Russell's up 0.75%. And the Dow's up, let's see, about 0.5% as oil is right around 95 a barrel. And the VIX is down 5%. And silver, the metals are kind of going green, a little red. Silver's actually now down 0.75%. Earlier, it was slightly in the green. So metals are creeping down. The VIX is down back to the mid-low 20s, which it popped to what, 35? That was last week, I believe, or maybe the week before. Or no, that was last Monday. We hit 35 on the VIX, and it's been down since. And now we're at a more respectable, or not respectable, but what's the right term? A healthier spot on the VIX, not respectable. That's a stupid stupid term for that. But 22 on the VIX is definitely a healthier spot. And I said this literally when we were at 30 plus on the VIX. I said every time the VIX gets to 30, 40, anywhere near 50, anywhere near 50, I'm like, oh, it's a buying opportunity. Every time the VIX gets elevated, I think there's a stat, I forget the exact stat, but especially over 40 points, the stock market usually is a good buy at that time. Not always. I forget the stat. I saw it somewhere. You see all this, all this data these days, and you forget where you see it all. But yeah, it's pretty clear. Each time the VIX gets anywhere near 30, anywhere over that, historically speaking, it's been a good time to buy, and that happened again. If you just bought some stocks last week, right, and you held to today, you're probably up. Depending on what stocks you bought. Heck, if you just bought the index, you'd be up pretty much, right? Let me see. The Qs over the last week are doing pretty okay, right? Yeah, we've recovered a little bit. You guys see here on the 20-day chart, we were under 590, in the 590s about a week ago. So, yeah, VIX coming back to reality a little bit here. Stocks are starting to see that rebound. I'm loving it. A lot of individual stocks today are doing well, which we'll talk more about here in a second. But first, let me show you SOFI, which right now is up over 1%, believe it or not. Can you believe it? Are you waking up from your dream yet, guys? Did you wipe the crust out of your eyes yet? Because SOFI is up over 1%. Check it out. But we are getting rejected right here at the 180 SMA, which I'm not a big fan of. This is not good for the bulls. Yeah, we're up 1%, but we're getting clearly nailed at about 1820, 1830, and now we're down 50 cents from that point. 1780 is where we're at. We're down 2.5%. And where is 1820, 1830? Guys, that's right by this moving average on the, what is this, the 1 hour chart? Right by the 180 SMA. This is a major resistance on SOFI, right? It has been for weeks at this point. And, we got the pop this morning. It looked like almost blue skies ahead, sunshine and rainbows, but no, we got hit. We got rejected, and now it looks like we're back under 18. We're up 1% on the day, but the gains are dwindling by the minute, and it kind of looks like here, guys, we might be going back down to test the mid 17s by the way the price action is looking right now. I would not be surprised if we were to go back down to test this support, which has been support for the last couple of days. 1750, 1755, 1760. So keep your eyes on it, man. And at this point, with today's pop to 1820 and the rejection, you could really say that we put in a lower high, that's bearish, and we're getting deeper into this descending triangle. You guys see it right here. You really could make that argument, and at this point, we're up 1%, like I said 10 times already, but the bears are gaining an edge, no doubt. They're gaining control, and SOFI is getting closer and closer to 1750 as the minutes go on, and that's the spot to watch in the short term for the rest of today, right? Heading into tomorrow, what does SOFI do at 1750? Does it get near it today? Does it close above it? Do we dump under it today? This is what I'm watching out for on this name for the rest of the day, and if it does break through 1750, which I think there's a decent chance that does happen. I think we fill the gap down to 1650 and we'll go from there. And I said before, and I'll say it again, my plan is if we get that leg down to 1650, I'm going to sell the $14 strike, cash secured puts, and collect some premium, man, and wait patiently, sit on my hands. And if I get assigned at $14, I would love to own SOFI there anyway, and that's the goal right now. That's the plan. I'm being patient, though. I'm waiting, sitting on my hands like I have been here for quite some time on this name. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Join the Patreon, by the way. I forgot to mention that. If you want to work more one-on-one, see what I'm doing, in my portfolio, how I run it, how I manage it. I'm investing $750 a week in that portfolio. You guys see everything: trades, investments, how I'm selling options, creating income within that portfolio, and how I manage it, how I grow a portfolio over time. That's the whole point of the Patreon plus the private Discord. Check it out, link down below. So other movers today, guys, CrowdStrike is up to almost 440 right now, up over 3% or right around 3% on the day. And I am actually pissed at myself, guys, for not smash buying this stock when it was under 350. I was so close. I was looking at it, but even I got caught up in this Claude code or Claude security, whatever the heck it was called. I was like, oh my God, this is going to take out all these cybersecurity stocks. I mean, look, I wasn't actually freaking out thinking that, but, it's a fear that got brought into the minds of investors like, holy crap, how much longer is this going to bring the stock down? Because, look, we all kind of understood that, okay, these companies aren't just going to use a random Claude security bot, just to run the entire cybersecurity operations for all these major companies. We knew that, but what we didn't know is how long the fear of that will persist in the stock prices, or, how long the fear of these Claude bots just running the world, how long is that going to bring the stock down? That's what kind of led me not to buying into CrowdStrike, because I was like, hey, this could go to 300 on this fear. Who knows, right? 250. God knows where it could go. But clearly those fears got overblown. Now we're up about $100 per share off the low, and I'm like, it was right there. It was pretty obvious that we were going to get a rebound. But then again, the fear around how much lower could this go, right? That led me from buying CrowdStrike, but it does look great. The fundamentals are still strong. I think when it comes to cybersecurity, CrowdStrike is one of the top, or if not the best player in the game. So yeah, I'm still watching it. I'm not going to FOMO into it now. Buying now at 430 just does not make sense, especially after that rebound. But still, man, keeping an eye on it. I like the way it's up another almost 3% today. Micron keeps on moving and grooving, guys. All-time highs for Micron today, $458 a share. And am I surprised surprised? No, I'm not surprised. We called it out. We talked about this downtrending channel that Micron was in for what, a week? Not a week, a couple weeks. We were trading within this downtrending channel, right, in the very short term. And I traded it in and out a couple times here. And now we're just fully breaking out into earnings tomorrow, which again, I'm not surprised. And if earnings really are a grand slam, even though I'm not going to gamble on earnings, guys, I think this could go to 500. I think it could. Maybe even after these earnings, although I'm not gambling on it. Like I said, I'm not gambling on it, but I feel like if they smash earnings, if guidance is ridiculous, let's say the shortage is worse than what we thought, which is good for Micron, for their business, the stock. But if that's the case, we could go to 500 very soon here. But if it does, a major pullback will come after that. I think I wholeheartedly believe if it gets to 500, we're going to be due for a big drawdown, which is why I'm not FOMOing into it right now. I'm watching it, but I'm not going to play the earnings because I just think it's too late. Even though I think it could go to 500, the risk reward, I don't know if it's necessarily there for me right now. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, I want to know what you guys are doing. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Like I said earlier, I think 50% of you, I know actually, watch the content, but you're not subscribing, and that needs to change. We're on the road to 100,000 subs, guys. And I need each and every one of you to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Hit the like button again. Take a sip of your coffee. Cheers. I'll see you all in the next video.